Hi, good morning, Mrs. Gabriela. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you so much for asking. Hey, I'm very, very excited about getting your home ready and actually put on the market and getting it sold.
Yeah, I'm excited for, you to come here and show what you're gonna do.
Absolutely. And before I start, I was actually looking at the picture. Well, I tried to look at the pictures online. I was only able to see when you purchased the home, like the listing that was up there. I was able to see the pictures there. So that's not recent. Did
No.
your agent took pictures at all?
They took some photos, but when it came off the market, I noticed that they were gone, so I don't know what happened there. Maybe they took them down. But yeah, those aren't recent ones.
Because I even tried to back to the history just so I can have an idea of how your home looks right now. But
Right.
that's like they even posted a single, just the front picture of the home. But that's okay. No worries. Okay, so when we talked earlier this morning, you mentioned that you were looking for someone who has an established marketing strategy, someone who can actually bring buyers to you and getting it sold this time. Is that right?
Yeah, because I got in the past 5 months, I was listed in May and it just expired, or came off the market. I probably got 10 showings total. And it wasn't consistent. Like one week I would get three, and then the next 3 weeks I would get nothing.
Wow. Well, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that. And you did mention that after your home went on the market, you never heard from your agent. It seems like you hire a ghost. That's how I call them.
Yep, exactly.
Uh, so at the end of this meeting, you will see why we should be working together, what we do differently to bring buyers, and how we keep our communication every single week to keep you updated about the traffic, the market, and everything else. Okay.
Okay.
So have you ever heard about aggressive and active agent by any chance?
No, what do you mean by that?
So a passive agent is just an agent who like a little bit like your agent, the agent that you had, just maybe picture or maybe no pictures. And but I'm pretty sure they didn't even do any marketing. So they'll probably put on the MLS, Zillow, Realtor.com, and just call it like, okay, I'm selling a home.
Mm.
That's what it is, passive agent.
That's exactly what happened with my agent is I mean, they held open houses a few times. Once things started slowing down, they started hosting open houses, but other than that, I mean, that was like the only effort I saw on their end to try to get traffic.
Mhm. So now, and thank you so much for mentioning that to me. At least I did some open houses that try, and I will explain to you how open houses help or that if open houses help or doesn't help. So in today's market, I'm pretty sure you know if you have friends who are trying to sell today, this is a tough market. This is not a 2021, 2022 market. So you definitely don't want to work with any passive agent. You want to work with an active and aggressive agent like myself. And I will share with you what we do, what an active and aggressive agent will do to get your home sold.
Yeah, because I need to sell. I mean, like I mentioned to you, like I don't have a choice. Like this needs to get done.
So you mentioned something about social media marketing. Social media marketing is one of my most strongest marketing strategy. A lot of people tell you today, oh yeah, I'm gonna put your house on social media, Facebook, everything that you want to hear. But do those agents have the right audience? What is the traffic on the social media platform? Are they even paying for ads for your property on Facebook? We don't know. But I can show you how I do it, how we pay ads for your property. Before we even get there, my team and I manage a very large platform of social media, which is TikTok. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. I'm pretty
Mm.
sure we are
Yeah.
close to the same age. So you probably know that a lot of businesses right now utilize TikTok to generate buyers. why not real estate agent, right? I do the exact same thing. When I list your home next week, we are going to have premium media for your home, meaning what? We are going to have full tour, YouTube video, high quality reels, and of course, high quality, sorry, pictures. When I post your property here on my TikTok account, there is a link in my bio where buyers can put their information, and it takes about 2 to 5 minutes for my team to reach out to them and see if we can get a deal for your home. You can go over there. You will never see me dancing. That's not what I do. It's 100% real estate houses that I have for sale. All my team has for sale. 100% real estate. So what am I if really mentioning that specific area that it's 100% real estate? Because the audience is very important. The
Mm,
audience. You don't want to have people dancing or doing some jokes on TikTok and then trying to sell home because you are
mm,
going to have two different audiences. So we want to focus on people who wants to buy. If
yeah.
someone is looking for a home here in Rowlett, Texas, or in Texas in general, they know they can come to my page and they are going to find an active listing.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
even had some agents reaching out to me, hey, my client saw a home on your page. Can you give me the address? So it's really cool. It's really good.
Okay.
And then the other thing that I do to make sure social media is one thing. The other thing that I do, as you can see, that might be like not like the cutest picture of me, but just to show you that
Mm,
every single day I speak to 30 to 50 buyers looking in our area. We reach out to them ourselves. Not only that, we also call all of the agents who sold in the past 90 days. We call listing agent and we call buyer's agent. Buyer's agents because they probably have other buyers in this area who
mm,
might need to buy again. So listing agent, maybe because they have multiple offers and maybe two offers fall through, we just want to reach out, say, hey, maybe the buyer can be a good fit for my upcoming listing. And when I list your home next week, I'm not starting from point zero. I already have a database of buyers looking in this area because I have been in this business for 4 years and I am a local expert, meaning I have already engine working for me online, generating leads, even for any other brokerage listings. When they put the information there, it comes directly to me. I'm just gonna take a quick how can I say that? Like a quick quote here. I know that's how you say it. So I'm a French speaker. When you go on Zillow, you click to see a home.
yeah.
What happens? Zillow take the information and then they sell it to another agent, a complete different agent. So if I have your house on Zillow only or the MLS, if someone's interested, Zillow's not going to give me the buyer lead. They are going to give it to somebody else. And if
Mm,
that specific agent, if it's me, the first thing that I'm going to do is first show the buyer my own listings first. And if they don't like my listing, then I say, okay, if you really don't like it, then let me go ahead and show you the property that you initially click and wanted to see. You see how it's actually creating some delays?
yeah.
Now, when I use prop streams, I use real gigs, I use other platforms, like it's 100 of them. I don't want to annoy you with that. It does the exact same thing that Zillow do. They are also able to capture those leads for me and then give it to me because I pay for it. So I don't
Mm,
have to rely on Zillow.
okay. All right. Good.
So another thing that is very important because we want to maximize the exposure of your home. That's how we're able to have one or two offers on your property. Your property will also be markets globally, not just here in Texas, not just here in the US, but internationally. You might have an investor wanting to buy your home. Do you really care where the buyer comes from? Or you just
No,
want
I just want it sold and I want to, obviously make the most that I can and get this, off my hands.
Yeah. Mrs. Gabriela, so far what you see here, do you believe that this marketing strategy will really maximize the exposure of your home and getting it sold faster than your last agent?
I mean, it's different from what I've heard. Like I said, I interviewed one other person yesterday. You're my second interview, and then I have one more tomorrow. So, I mean, this is so far di very different from what the last guy was saying, and then definitely different from my previous agent.
Absolutely. And the truth is, anyone can come up with a strong marketing strategy. I don't know if you had the chance to look into my recent reviews. You'll be able to see recent reviews from my sellers that I helped this year, mentioning how I was able to generate buyers for them. So there is a social proof out there. I don't even have to bring it up to you. You can just go online, you'll be able to see it.
Okay. Okay.
My intention, and I really want to help you. This is a tough market. You definitely want to work with someone who knows what they're doing so they can walk you through that. I don't want you to waste your time on interviewing multiple people that might tell you what you want to hear without even
Mm.
showing you what they have done for other clients this year. So is there any other question when it comes to the marketing strategy? Anything that you were expecting and hoping to see?
No, I just need to know that this marketing plan is, gonna get the job done this time. That's it because I can't afford to wait 6 months to sell again. It needs to happen. I mean, ideally, right, it would have already happened, but if it can happen like in the next 60 days, that would be really my target. That's when I need to be closed out on this house.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the price that we we decided that that was a fair price according to the CMA that we just reviewed. And with this strong marketing, your property would definitely sell faster than the last time.
Okay.
The second issue that you mentioned was communication. Like you barely had communication with your clients. So what I do for each client, and before I even go through that, I do not list I do not list more than 5 houses per month. So if you are looking for someone who sold 100 houses, 200 houses, who has 20 houses on the market, I completely understand and respect that, but that's not who I am because I believe in quality than quantity. It takes about $2,000 to $3,000 in investment just to market the home. So I personally wouldn't believe someone who has 20 houses online for sale can actually put $2,000 to $3,000 for each houses and then
Hmm.
wait until closing to get paid. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So that's the reason why I don't do that. The second reason is I personally reach out to brokers who come tour your home. And it takes time every single week until your home is sold. So if I tell you that I have 40 agents, 40 houses for sale, and then I'm doing all this, I will be lying. And you might say, well, you don't have a team that help you, a staff that help you. No, this is my job. This is why you're paying me for. I'm the one who's supposed to close the deal for you, to find buyers for you. So I want things to be done correctly.
Okay.
And this is actually like VIP treatment for you. So technically, you'll be my VIP clients.
Okay.
So you receive a weekly report every single week that look like this. It breaks down the broker's feedbacks. As you can see here, this is one of my previous clients. It shows you how many showings we had in a week, 12 showings, how many offers, open houses, and I will explain that later on what I do with open houses. And then it gives you all of the feedbacks here. And then I add my personal comments, strategy moving forward from this week. So you and I can work together and be able to come up with a different strategy, maybe. So after the weekly report email is received from you, we schedule a time in the afternoon or the evening just to go over that and then, you know, move from there.
Okay.
So if you do not receive this weekly report, you get paid $1,000 for that specific week, and you get to fire me, no questions, nothing. If you want to keep me and I keep on missing those weeks, you will continue to get paid $1,000. And to be honest, in my career, I never ever pay a seller $1,000 because I make sure this is done. Is this the kind of commitment that you're looking to the agent you want to work with?
It is, yeah, definitely. I want to be kept in the loop, and hopefully you're not giving me feedback for too many weeks because hopefully we get a contract, I
Yeah.
mean, sooner rather than later. So,
That's the goal, and that's my intention, trust me. It can be a little bit exhausting doing it every single week. So it
yeah.
looks like we found the price for your home this time. we have a strong marketing strategy, and I'll show you how I'll be able to keep my communication with you. Well, I'm actually excited to go ahead and get ready to get this home sold. How about you just sign here and then we just go from there?
So like I said, I appreciate everything that you're saying. I do have the other interview with the other agent later this evening, like I said to you on the phone. So I'm curious to see, what he's gonna say. To be completely honest, the agent before you, they showed up like 10 minutes late. They didn't have a market analysis really like in detailed prepared. It just felt like it was thrown together. So that person's out. So it's just so far, what you've showed me has really stood out, and I just want to see what the other guy shows me too. That way I can kind of compare.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally understand. You really want to do your due diligence before you even go for it. And you're really not trying to waste your time this time, right?
No, no, definitely not.
Right. So, Mrs. Gabriela, you mentioned meeting with two different realtors. I think there were two females, correct?
Hmm.
In this market, you want to work with someone who has high energy, someone who's really going to hit the ground running, okay? I'm not the type of agent who talk bad about any other agent, but I was able to look into one of the agent. I was able to find the other one, which is a little bit weird because you're supposed to be able to find the agent easily online. So I don't know if you were really talking to a realtor. I would double check that if I was you. The other agent that you mentioned meeting with, looks like they were a buyer's agent, but I don't know. Are you looking for a listing agent or are you looking for a buyer's agent?
No, I mean I'm looking for a listing agent, right? I mean that's why I'm talking to you and hearing your strategy. I mean a buyer's agent isn't going to really be able to represent me, and that's why I want somebody to, represent me, market the house, and get it done.
Have you tried to look up the next agent or maybe receive a pre-listing package from that specific agent?
I didn't. They just sent me an email, to be honest, just confirming the appointment for later today. But what do you mean pre-listing package?
So
The
when
resume? Because I looked at your resume. I looked at everything that you sent me before, but no, this person didn't send that to me.
I send you a brief pre-listing package just so you have an idea of who I am and what I do and what I have done for my past clients. And to be honest with you, I'm gonna put real estate to the side and I'm going to talk to you as a woman to woman. I am here to get the job done. You can clearly see that everything is structured. I have everything ready to get your home sold next week, and I want to do it for you. So if you really are confident that I can get it done, honestly, I wouldn't waste my time speaking to multiple people. It's gonna be really exhausting for you, honestly. And you might be confused, and I don't want you to make another mistake. That's what I want. I'm really concerned as you, as a woman, what you have been going through so far. I'm pretty sure it was a lot going through a divorce. My sister went through that recently, and it's really not good. So you don't want someone who stays testing the marketing strategy or trying to add experience. I can't really speak on the agent that you're going to wanting to speak to, but for the little thing that I saw online, that's how I came up with like the summary that I came up with. Like I feel like you need to work with the very strong aggressive agent, which I believe I am, and also I am confident I can get it done. So I do have the paperwork here. My contract is very simple. I put the terms there, 3 months contract, and then you can just go ahead and sign.
So what is your commission? Where is your commission?
So the listing commission is 3%. That's the commission for marketing your home and
Okay.
also the broker
So
commission.
So the other agent that I'm definitely not working with though, they did tell me that their commission structure was 2.5. Um, and my previous agent, I was paying actually less than that. So 3% seems a bit high. I'll be completely honest. I mean, I wasn't prepared to pay a full 3%, and I know the 0.5%, I'm not trying to like nickel and dime anyone, but the 0.5% does make a difference to me just because, divorces are expensive. You can imagine all the legal fees. So at this point, I mean, 3% seems high. Is there something that you can, do for me in that regard?
So, this is what I can do for you, and I completely understand how your financial situation is and how you feel like maybe reducing the commission will help you net more money at closing. But
Yeah.
honestly, Mrs. Gabriela, if we invest, because most of the commission goes back right back to you, to your property. I am able to really have a strong, I have the budget for the premium marketing that I do. We can generate multiple offers or even one offer and negotiate for the highest amount possible to cover the gap that you're really concerned about saving. So technically, hiring an agent who's reducing the commission, I don't know. I will be a little bit skeptical because how the budget, like the brokers take a cut, and then you have to invest in the marketing, and you also have to get paid yourself. How are you going to invest all of them into my home to really be sure that my house is well marketed online? So that will be my first concern. The second concern I will have is that if an agent is able to cut the commission just for the sake of having a listing, that's a red flag. What makes you think that they are going to negotiate for the highest amount possible for you when an offer comes in? Because we can have a great marketing, but at the end of the day, you need to have a best agent next to you who can get every single dollar from the agent or the offer on the table. So that's why I'm really, really firm. Usually I charge 4%. For expired listing, I charge 4% because we have to be aggressive. But the standard is 3%. So if we do 3%, the buyer's agent, you get to negotiate however you would like with the buyer's agent. We don't do that anymore. So you can ensure that my team and I do an amazing job for you. Is that something that you feel confident with?
I do. I like what you're saying, but again, I mean, if you were willing to be flexible with me right here, I'm ready to go ahead and sign with you. I'll cancel the person for later today. So, I mean, if you're willing to help me out right here at 2.5, I'm ready to go. We can sign it. We agreed on a price that's going to cause it to sell. And I do. I feel confident in what you have to say. So just let me know where you're at. Otherwise, I'll just keep my appointment for the person later today, and then I'll let you know based off of that conversation.
Right. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing. You are looking to work with someone who's tough, who has the
Yeah.
marketing strategy for your home, because that's what's lacking because you only have one picture online.
Yeah.
And yes, you are willing to go with another agent because they're reducing the commission, but
Well, I don't know if I'm gonna work with that person because I haven't met them yet, but I just said that if you're willing to be flexible with me on your commission right here, I am ready to sign. Otherwise, if you're not, that's totally fine. I'm gonna speak to the person later today. I told him that I was gonna speak with him anyways, so I'll hear what he has to say and then I'll kind of digest it over the weekend and I'll come to my decision on Monday. But yeah, I really appreciate everything that you said. It's just that, at this point, if you're not willing to be flexible, that's okay. I'm just gonna speak with the other person later today.
so it looks like it's the commission stopping us from moving forward. Is that right?
That's the only thing. Other than that,
Okay.
I mean, I have full confidence.
Absolutely. So I usually charge 3%, and I don't want to get 2.5%, and then another client pay me 3% just to do the exact same thing. So I'm really fair. I'm a woman of my word and I'm integral in my work. I don't think so. That is something that I would like to do for other clients and this client and this client. I like to work, equally. And what I'm saying, I think you received my negotiation proof in your email. If you haven't received it or haven't looked at it, I'm happy to show you that right now. Did you have a chance to look at it?
I looked at what you shared with me over email. Yeah.
So you realizing that I show you from 2023 to 2025, my negotiation skill has been the same tough in any kind of market condition. So us listing here at this price doesn't mean we are going to sell under at the listing price. I can work hard and negotiate to I mean how you say negotiate harder to make up for the difference because that's what you're paying me for. The more money you make, the more money I make. So I have to make it happen for you. So
Okay.
having 3% of commission, you will see how my negotiation will help you cover that gap. And we will be working together to do that.
Okay.
So honestly, I wanna do this exact same work for all of my clients. And I can see that working together will really help you get to the closing table. So let's just do 3%, and we can see how we can negotiate the buyer's agent commission to help you out on saving that 0.5% that you were trying to save. I have done this before. I don't usually suggest doing that, but sometimes we can do something to help, our clients, because it's relationship first, right?
Okay.
So
All
let's
right.
just go ahead and sign. I'm just gonna call those agents and cancel the list, the appointment. Can you do that?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Mrs. Gabriela, thank you so much for the opportunity to be of service, and I'm really looking forward to get you to the closing table.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
Shoot.
it.
Were you trying to be smooth with me?
Maybe a little bit. I was just trying to push you, right? So okay, I'm just looking at my notes right here. So really good job. One thing that stood out to me was just like overall, like the energy and the vibe that you brought towards the listing presentation was that you immediately created authority in the conversation. So I felt like you were in control. I had full confidence that you knew what you were talking about, what you were doing. Um, I wasn't feeling like any like hesitation or doubt, which is like so critical to like make sure it flows. Um, Okay, so at the very beginning, creating some doubt, just like asking about the previous agent's like marketing, your lack of seeing photos online, like kind of like what was happening there. And then assuming the close, like when we worked together, you said when we worked together multiple times. So I thought that was really good to assume it. I like how at the beginning you were shaking your head no when you were asking about the previous agent's marketing. That was I was like consciously aware of it, but it made me want to do this, but I was trying not to. Um, okay, but then with the commission, so at the very end, so I think that one thing that would have been really helpful is if you had a few more pauses when it came to closing the commission objection, because what I wrote down here is talked past the close. Because you gave me a bunch of stuff when I said lower your commission. Like you said, the negotiation, then you said the buyer agent, then you said, making up the difference. Then you said like all of that. And it was just like, okay, I didn't even need all of that. Like you could have closed me and just paused. Because sometimes when we're talking, right, and we give a
Yeah.
pause, we say, you want the best negotiator, right? And then just don't say anything and just wait. Wait 30 seconds, a minute, however long it takes for them to process and be like, well, yeah, because the pauses are powerful. So that was the only thing that I would like critique and I would do differently.
Yeah, I think when I started grading my thing, and I realized that the pauses are like, okay, I'm a French speaker, so we just go like, I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So
work on
just
my
more pauses because it's like you can stand in your power when it's like silent and then just
yeah.
wait for them. Yeah.
So personally, for my listening presentation, how I feel about it, I think I need to practice more on how to um overcome the commission objection, like having my script, a specific script for that, like what to answer, like objection handler for that, structured. And then I would say also my transition into closing, because I think I miss, I don't know if anyone noticed that, but there were like a sentence that didn't really feel kind of right. And I think I forgot. I didn't say it correctly. That's one thing that I need to work on.
Your clothes felt like on the other side, obviously, like your clothes felt natural to me. Like, okay,
Okay.
great. So we just get the paperwork signed. Um, So I felt like that part was like smooth, like going for the close and then going for it again too after handling my ejection. Let me ask you this though. If in a real case scenario, when the seller literally was ready to sign, but the only thing was that they just needed to get 0.5% less, would you have taken it or would you have said, if they were adamant and they were like, I'm not signing unless you do this, would you have taken it or would you have said, no, thank you, and walked
Um,
out the door?
it depends, it depends first on the person. If a person is nice to me and I feel it like in my spirit, I want to help them,
Yeah.
And also if they have like tight equity, you just want to help people. I just say, you know what? Um, I will talk to my broker, but let's go ahead and start for 2.5%. And I trust that if I do an amazing job for you, you will refer me to your family and friends and leave me 5 star with you. Or
Yeah.
if I feel like they have room in their equity, just trying to be stingy, cheap, and all that, I just say, you know what? Let's go ahead and start for 2.5%. If I do an amazing job for you, I'm able to negotiate for something higher. You can just give me, we can just switch to 3%. Is that okay? Or give me a bonus at the end. Is that okay? I think I will do that. I
Yeah.
personally do not mind getting 2.5%, 2 to 2.5%. I'm sorry, not two. What am I talking about? 2.5%, 3%.
Yeah.
It's fine because I have other sellers paying me for, so if I can be flexible within that range.
Yep.
But you told me to really be firm with the 3% because sometimes they're just testing you. So if you're trying to be
Yes.
firm, I'm firm with the 3%, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, let's do it then.
Yeah, and I think it depends on the seller too. Like if they're like highly motivated and they need to get somewhere, like in this case, I was highly motivated. We agreed on a price that was going to cause it to sell. Like if the 3 versus the 2.5 is the only thing, I feel like a business decision would be like, yeah, like make the exception if it were to come down to it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they were like they were kind, they were not trying to be stingy. But yeah, great job. I'll let somebody else give you some feedback. Hi Lucy.
Hi, how you guys doing? I didn't
Yeah.
say hi to her yet. All right, so um, as a learner, as you all know, I think you pull off a lot about social media, which you already have in place really strong, and not a lot of other agents have that strong, like international advertisement. Um, Also, I like that you say you don't take more 5 listing per month. I think that's really good, especially for a big starter like me. Like, oh, that is like you can take more. You have assistants, but for a solo and beginner, that's a really nice answer that you will dedicate um everything. That's really good. And the commission, yeah, I like the Gabriella brought to a reality, like at least what I see here in the reality is like it's not only, let's say I put 2.5%, but we try, not me, but I haven't seen people trying to go to 5% because the explanation is like if you don't offer a 2.5 or 3% to a buyer is also a negative market. Like even though the BBA offering a commission to the other agent will bring more buyers. So it would be more than 2.5 would and here in Florida would people are doing 6 to 5% on the listing to offer more to the buyers. I don't know if that happened in your state in reality, but
I don't know. I have to check.
Because you
when you
don't
guys in
negotiate, Naomi,
uh,
you don't negotiate the buyer agent commission, right? Like
No,
you just, okay,
no.
that's what I thought.
oh, okay.
Yeah. I just
So
tell them that you are more than welcome to negotiate however you like. I cannot interfere.
okay. But it
Yeah.
was great. Everything was super positive. Like I mean, like Gabriella said, I got a little stuck on the commission side, but it's still, it was very good. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for your feedback. Next person.
Good morning, everyone. Naomi, I think you did really, really great job. Obviously, you have your presentation pretty internalized. You sound confident. Um, I got a little bit lost when you were describing your social media marketing. You gave a lot of detail. When you were talking, for example, about um, explaining how on Zillow the lead comes in and it gets sold to somewhere else. I think this is where it depends, I guess, the personality type that your seller is, right? If they're more analytical, maybe they will follow you more. If not, perhaps not.
Yeah.
So maybe slowing that part down and making sure that the seller understands how this benefits them, because as realtors we know the intricacies of this, right? We catch on quick, but from the seller side some people don't know, they may not care, you know what I mean? Like they might get
Yeah.
lost a little bit. So I felt a little bit lost. But overall, Another thing you mentioned also when you were talking about the commission was standard. And I was like, okay, red flag, because if you
Yeah.
say standard, that can get you in trouble because we're not
Did
supposed
I
to
say
have like
standard?
yes, you did. I wrote it down.
You did. You did say that. That was,
Really? Oh, can
yeah.
you tell me the sentence, please? What did I say on the standard?
When you were discussing commission, you said 3% is usually standard, something
Yeah.
like that. We can watch the replay, but
She
just
Oh,
said she
like,
charged
okay, it's usually like the
4%.
average, like the average.
No, she's like
I,
said, oh, I charge 4%, but really,
I
like,
normally charge 4%. I think okay,
but
I'm gonna listen to it and see what I said. Okay.
yeah, I would just take the standard out of the vocabulary so you don't ever get in trouble for that. Um, and also, I was really impressed with your handling the commission objections. Although, though, I did write down the only thing is pausing and
Yeah.
asking them a question to make sure they're understanding because you threw a lot at them, but you threw really good things at them. Like when you spoke about the buyer's agent, how that can be negotiable, a lot of different really good points. I would just pause and try to ask a question at the end of each and every one of those because you, like Jackie said, you threw the whole kitchen sink at them, but it was really good information. So I was like, wow, you know what you're talking about. It's just a matter of
Yeah.
making sure the seller gets it, pausing and asking the question, but really, really great job.
Thank you. I think that's what I said, where I need to structure that objection handler and posing. Thank you so much. Definitely. I felt that too. You're not lying.
So yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I was like, at the end, it feels like you're throwing everything at Gabby, like this. I mean,
Yes.
really, really good. Like, I mean, it's kind of like overkill. Like, it's really good. Like, she was already like, okay, I'm gonna sign. And you're like, okay, and this and this. She was like, and and more. So yeah, like so little. And I really like the part that you were talking about commitment. Like, that was like, I was like, yeah, like that shows like you're serious. I mean, of course, I'm thinking like you're probably not gonna like give her $1,000, but that shows her that you're serious. So I really like that part. Yeah, I was a little bit confused about the Zillow part as well. I wasn't sure like what it was.
Yeah. So I don't usually explain the Zillow part on my comment listing presentation, only when someone is really interested on the social media. I'm pretty sure that's your first time hearing this from me, right? Because we always do commission objections, but maybe slow down because that's a little bit like technical, and a lot of people, a lot of sellers that don't know that they're not from that world. Maybe
Yeah.
like I should slow down and make sure they
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah,
Maybe,
to be honest, I didn't get it, and I'm a new agent, so I can only
oh
imagine
yeah,
color
you should
probably a
have.
little.
So that means I did a bad job on that. So you should have be able to understand that.
I
So I did a
understand,
bad
but yeah.
job.
But I really like you were really smooth, and I really like the humor. You're like, oh, it's like hiring a ghost. Like that was funny. Yeah, I like the humor.
Thank you. Okay, like pause this. I will listen to it. Thank you so much for your feedback. And there is one thing that I forgot them. I forgot to mention asking you guys something, how you guys felt about it. Gosh, I forgot. Well, anyways, it's okay. If I remember, I will just post on the group chat and ask you.
Cool. So, okay.
Nice job stepping up, by the way, because you stepped up last minute to be the agent. So I know it takes guts and a little bit of preparation and all of that. So thank you, Naomi, for stepping up.
Pleasure.
Yeah, good job. It's good practice for us. So, okay, so next week, I'm gonna be the agent. I'll go through pricing strategy. Who was gonna be my seller? Was it you, Naomi, or am I just making that up?
Is between Luciana and anyone open to be the seller next
Yeah, who
Saturday?
wants to
I
be my
like to be
seller?
the seller so I can have the feeling of listening, and then the
Yeah.
next step I can be the agent.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's
let's
do
do
it. So we'll
that.
go through the market analysis next week. And then yeah, you can be my seller.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
I
the
just
first, hmm Go
just
ahead.
remember something about I'm sorry, sometimes things get later. I love the report that Naomi did. We are woman, so she built a report right there.
That was
With
the thing.
Yeah.
yeah, I sorry, just remember that.
That was that.
That's good. So it's a rapport, like if you been divorced, whatever, you build something related to
Yeah,
her situation. That's
that's what
good.
I was going to ask you. How did you feel about it? Because yesterday, no, the day before, I had a listing appointment with this girl who's going through financial situation. Her husband, well, her boyfriend left her in a home with the mortgage, all that, right? And she was crying. She even started crying. We gave hugs. She had like 4 appointments after me, and I had to cancel all of them. So I was like, you know what? Let's forget about real estate. Let's forget about everything. I'm here to help you. So I was gonna ask you, because that's kind of my first time saying it to a real
Yeah.
seller. How did you feel about it?
It felt good, right? Because I was gonna say, I think that you did a good job being sensitive to the situation because obviously somebody's going through separation or divorce, like it's very traumatic. Like it's extremely emotional. I don't know if you've worked with people that have gone through divorces, but it's hard, right? And
Yeah,
so just being sensitive to my situation and just looking me directly in the eyes and telling me like I want to help you. Like that was something that I felt from you is that you wanted to help and you were there to help me. So I think it landed well and like putting the professionalism aside and just like being real with me. So it landed well and it helped seal the
great.
deal.
Thank you for reminding me. That was what I was
I
missing.
agree. That was really good. Naomi, I do know in Jackie's interview you said that most of your appointments are on Zoom. Is that still a thing for you, or do you try to go in person as much as possible?
I have a
Just
Zoom meeting
curious.
just after here. So I do both.
You do
I do
both. Okay.
Zoom, and I also do in person. Some people just won't come over in person. Yeah.
Okay.
So next Saturday, Luciana and Gabriela are going to present, and then the following Saturday, I mean Saturday over there. Sorry, I would like to present as the agent, but I want to do it as a brand new agent, like I'm completely brand new, because we have two brand new agents, so you guys can see how you can present, and I just want to see if that will help.
Mm.
That
Can
was
I do
my
that?
biggest fear. I think like people ask like how many houses have you sold? I'm like zero.
So I
Yeah,
will
I
try to do that.
yeah.
That will
It's my
help.
fear too, but
Yeah.
um, we will
We're in
get
this
it.
together.
Solo. So
We're in this together.
I don't even have like a team stats because I'm completely by myself. I'm be like, I don't have a team. I'm solo. Like,
So,
see, I see.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for your feedback.
all
You
right, good
have
luck
Thank
a
you
on
so
your
great
listing
much.
day.
appointment.
See you
Yeah,
guys.
good luck. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.